Welcome to the Night Crew. My name's Brad. I'm a paranormal investigator. You probably know that. This is Dutch. He's here with me tonight. Carolyn is here tonight. And Lauren is behind the camera. And we are here in North Bend, Washington at the North Bend Theater. This is a very historic part of Washington where Twin Peaks was partially filmed. This theater has been around since the 1940s. And we don't know much beyond that, so we're going to get in there and we're going to do some interviews and then we're going to do an investigation. Welcome to the Night Crew.
Hi, we're here at the North Bend Theater in beautiful downtown North Bend. All right, so this is the lobby. This is the original ticket taker. It used to have a slit right here so people would drop in their tickets as they came in. Here is our ticket booth where we sell all the tickets, and we have the window opening for people to talk through, an old-fashioned ticket booth.
What's that machine?
That is an old reel projector.
Oh.
And it was not used here for projection. It's just a cool piece of equipment.
I see. Okay.
I just like it.
Very cool.
Yes, it's decor. And over here we have the two restrooms. We have the tallest men's urinal this side of the Mississippi, I think.
I noticed that.
Yeah. We added the bar in 2018 so we could sell beer and wine to our lovely customers.
What are these photos?
They are of Humphrey Bogart with different co-stars. On the left we have Ingrid Bergman. On the middle we have his soon-to-be wife, Lauren
Bacall.
Thank you, Lauren Bacall. And then on the far right we have Katharine Hepburn in African Queen.
All right. So can you take us upstairs?
Sure. This room was originally the cry room. It had about 5 to 7 of the old theater seats in here, and this is where parents would bring their crying children. And it used to be in clay encased in glass.
Glass was here at one time.
So so the babies could keep crying, but you didn't have to miss the movie. And so here's our projection room. This is the original room. And this is the big digital projector. And nowadays we're run with a lot of technology. This room is made of all cement and floor cement. And over there in the floor, there is a hole which used to be the toilet, so that the projectionists could not leave once the film started because they had to be here to change the reels of the film. So they wouldn't leave. And this is part of the original fire suppression system. And this window was held open with a piece of wax. Anyway, it was held open, and then if fire happened, the wax would melt and the chain would come down and help smother the fire. It would not let any more air in. Yeah.
So this area is where some things have happened, or?
Yes, some of the staff have reported things happening in the projector room. Once they were looking out after they turned out all the lights, and once on the left and then once on the right, there was a shadow of a man in a hat sitting down in the audience. And so, of course, they went down and looked and made sure the auditorium was empty. This is where you get a lot of sounds happening here, a lot of footsteps, a lot of reported footsteps, and even if you're downstairs, you can hear somebody walking up here. So in this area,
I'll put the camera up here.
This is the door that Michael was describing. So you do have to push on it quite hard to just make it open. When you do close it, it does latch. And this is just storage right now because we're overflowing.
Is this the section I was pointing to saying I wanted to sit in here? And so what was this area used for originally?
They called it the VIP room. There are just some seats up here for like the family
And then
or
a
friends.
window to be able to see out?
Yes, another glass enclosed window.
Okay.
auditorium.
Okay.
Currently it seats 265, and in the original it sat over 400 people in here. These are the original seats. They've just been recovered and upholstered.
So you said it was 400 before, and now it's 365?
Now it's 265.
Oh, so it was a lot more.
Oh yeah, almost double.
How would you fit double the seats in here? Were they smaller?
So the spacing of the between seats was much more narrower.
Okay.
Like the
no
first
no
rows
cup
you
holders.
said?
Even tighter than that.
Oh,
You could hardly
goodness.
fit your knees in.
Wow.
And then it went all the way up to the screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, goodness.
So
I
it's
see.
much tighter spacing, and then all the way up to the screen. And these are the original sconces. I love those so much. And our building, since it was built in 41, is called Art Moderne, which means it's very symmetrical, much plainer than Art Deco, Art Deco, and it has the streamlined look with the rounded corners. Almost getting up there to the Rocket Egg. This is our backstage area. We have a lot of awkward props back here.
All right. My name's Brad. This is Carolyn.
Hi, everybody.
You met Dutch. And it's Lauren up there. So, yeah, what we do is we just usually hang out in these places and just like see what happens. We're not really interested in finding anything in particular, So, it just
let it happen organically.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So, who would like to go first?
I really think we should start with the lovely owners sitting here in front of us.
Excellent.
Maybe you folks can introduce yourselves and tell us just very briefly in a couple of sentences the history of the building.
Sure. I'm Beth Burrows, and I own the North End Theater.
I'm Kevin Burrows. I'm her husband and co-owner.
Nice to meet you both.
And you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Sam Burrows. I'm their son.
Oh, excellent. Very nice to meet you all. So, when was the theater built and who built it?
The Northman Theater was built in 1941. It originally was part of the building next door, and in January of 1941, the person that eventually built this building announced that he was going to break ground on a brand new building, a modern theater. And this, in January, he announced it would be done by March. And he had everything completed, had all the equipment, and no chairs. All these chairs that you see today, he was struggling to acquire. And each week the paper reported that no chairs yet. He finally received the chairs in April of 1941 and showed Tall, Dark, and Handsome. He held the theater for 3 years and sold it to a Columbia movie studios exec who came in with a lot of movie experience, and he had the luxury of having a local movie star. A woman by the name of Ella Raines hit her peak in the 1940s, acted with people like John Wayne, William Powell, and he capitalized on that. He would always put in the paper that Snoqualmie Valley's own Ella Raines would be starring the movie and filled the theater. He sold the theater in 1952 to Russell Rary, and he managed it until 1970. Another couple took it over there. And
The Trostel family.
The Trostels. They held it till 1999. When the Slovers took over, they completely refurbished the building, took out all the chairs, cleaned them, and brought them back in. So these are still the original chairs, 83-year-old chairs. And they held the theater until 2006, when the Walkers took over. The Walkers brought the theater into the digital age. They actually brought in the digital projector, and They held the theater until 2018 when we bought it, and we've basically continued the trajectory that they created all those years ago.
Wonderful. That was quite a few owners.
Yeah, 8 owners in total.
Okay.
So can you give me any more information about the like history of this place, as far as like maybe just a little bit of history of the downtown North Bend, if you could, like what the neighborhood was like, if you will, like in the 40s, and like what kind of people would have settled here and been going to see movies here?
This was a very self-contained town, especially as it was being settled and then into the 1900s. It wasn't easy before the highway was built, before I-90 or Sunset Highway was built. It wasn't easy to get around. I mean, the falls stopped a lot of people from traveling to Seattle and Lower Valley, and then you'd have to wait for the train to come through. You could travel that way. And so this was very self-contained. This is where you bought your appliances. This is where you bought your car, your groceries. It was very self-contained. At one point, they had over 70 social clubs that people could belong to for such, small towns between Snoqualmie and North Bend. And the mill was everything. School kids would go through schools together. They would, spend all of their years together, and you never wanted the principal to come to your classroom and call you out, because that means something happened to your dad in the woods. And everybody worked in the woods at that time. Mm-hmm. And you just never wanted to be called. And sometimes in the earlier days, someone would get injured on a job, and they would leave them for the day because they didn't have the resources to take them back down and, to then get the work crew back up. So they would leave them by the side of the road until they came down to take them into town to get help.
Right.
So I was asking you earlier if there was any history of any deaths or anything in the building or anything that might explain some of the goings on. Mm-hmm. And you said that there really wasn't anything except a rumor. Can you tell me about that, Beth?
Yes, well, I think the theater's been lucky that we haven't had a terrible tragedy here, but there was a rumor that in the 50s, a man out in front of the theater in a taxi cab died. But again, all of our experiences with encounters have been friendly and non-threatening. They've been very nice, yeah.
It's always preferred.
A little spooky, but nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can you guys tell me about the very first encounter that you had, and how were you feeling about it? And did you even think that it really happened, or you were just imagining things?
No, I think that I've always been just nervous walking through the auditorium when it's all dark. Mm-hmm. I always expect something to be in the corner or something watching me. But I think our very first experience, we had worked a long shift, and we were all cleaned up and just waiting for Kevin to come down from upstairs. My son and I were at the front doors just looking out into the darkness of the street, and we heard him chomp, chomp, chomp down the stairs. And then he went into the auditorium. The auditorium door opened and closed. And we were like, oh, why did he go into the auditorium? We're all done. And then, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds later, we heard Kevin come down the stairs, and he came into the lobby, and we're like, where did you come from? We thought you were in the auditorium. And we looked, and there was nobody in here, but we definitely heard him come down the stairs, and then the door open and close.
So Sam, what's the most memorable encounter that you've had here? The one that maybe impacted you the most?
I mean, I think the one that my mom just described was probably the one that was just like the most clearly, whoa, something just happened here. But I mean, just being here late at night, if you're here alone, it's always like you're hearing footsteps upstairs, or doors are closing and opening. It's just kind of like you get this feeling that there's a presence here when you're here alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with like hauntings, as we want to call them, it's usually a matter of like energy. If energy is left over in a place, if an extreme event happened, or if it was just a general like gathering place, like this sounds like it was, then you would expect there to be residual energy from times when it was maybe more active, as like a location. Can you speculate at all, like what could have been left behind out here as far as that goes, as far as like this town. I mean, you mentioned these mills. I know there's like mill accidents and things like this. You know, if a member of your family dies and you're a young kid and you're coming to this theater, and then like your life is affected by this and you're carrying that around with you, potentially there could be something here that's remaining from that. Do you think that that's has anything to do with whatever kind of energy is left over here?
There was a lot of energy coming to this theater, whether it was, you know, first dates or young loves or your grandparents. You could be sitting in the same seats that your grandparents held hands in when they were dating. This theater has seen a lot. It's seen wars and conflicts. It survived measles outbreaks that would close the schools. This kept on going. Protests just kept plugging along. So yeah, there's definitely been tragedy throughout the town. And of course that's going to carry into here, where people would gather and share those stories with their friends and neighbors.
Have you had guests that have noticed anything happen, that have come up to you and said that there was, you know, something unusual?
I have not.
No.
Have you? Have you had a guest say something?
No. And there was some other just customer during an event that was like, I can't remember what it was, but she unsolicited just said, my aura can't handle this event.
Oh, wow. Okay, she was feeling something. And what is your name?
Maria.
Maria, and what is your role here?
I am the assistant manager.
Wonderful. How long have you been working here?
3 years.
Okay. And have you personally had any encounters?
No, either, I don't know, I think maybe they just don't like me. Or they do like me, you know?
Or maybe they do.
Yeah, maybe that's why they're leaving you alone. Who do we have next? Can you introduce yourself and tell us your role and any experiences you've had?
Yeah, my name's Brittany. I'm the manager. I've been here about 2.5 years now. And I'm a morning person, so I'm the type of person I'll come in 7 a.m. Nobody else is here. It's just me. And one morning I was sitting at the bar counter and I heard the back door slam. Now, this is a very heavy door and it's a very distinctive noise, so it couldn't have been anything else. And that really scared me, because my first thought is, am I not alone in here? Because I'm supposed to be alone in here.
Yeah.
But I haven't found any good explanation for that. It is a heavy door. It takes...
Yeah, I shut it. We
Yeah,
came
you
through
came
it.
in that way.
That would be a very distinctive sound. You would know when that door shuts, just
Yeah.
from the way I heard it earlier. So,
I'm Michael. I've only been working here for around a year now, maybe a year and a half. I only moved to North Bend a few years ago. But it was just me and a couple other coworkers. I think it was Rich and another coworker. I can't remember the name of. And I had to go upstairs into the VIP room up there. And that door, when you open it, it wants to close. It'll close automatically on you. And so I went in there. I had to grab like some cups or some bags or something. And the door did its thing. It closed on me while I was grabbing stuff. But I went out, I closed the door, latched it shut. So you kind of gotta do. And I went back downstairs, bringing the supplies with me. And I had to go back upstairs for, must have been like butter or something, a few minutes later. And I distinctly remember I had shut the door completely, like it had latched, it did the little pop. But when I went up to get like butter or something, it was cracked open, which isn't usually what happens, because like I said, the door likes to close on its own.
yeah.
So it doesn't like just stay open. So I went back downstairs and I asked my coworkers, I was like, did any of you go up there into the VIP room? Because the door's open again. And they're like, no. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, great. So you mentioned having a lot of regulars here, people who come back, and I mean, and I would assume they could be, way up in there in years at this point, because it's been around for so long. The theater, they could have been coming here as a kid. In the, maybe, do you have anybody who's been coming here since it was opened?
Not sure about since it was open. I know people do know one of the old owners, Mr. Rary. He was a tall, slender, bald man, and the kids, of course, nicknamed him Old Baldy, and he was very much the enforcer. He would grab kids by the scruff of their shirts and escort them out, and
Sounds lovely.
yes, he kept the peace here with the kids. But
So I was working a birthday party at this woman's granddaughter, and she didn't want to watch the kids' movie, so she's talking to me in the lobby. And she said that she used to live in the house, which is where the bank is next door. And she used to come over here all the time to watch movies, but the monster movies scared her. So she would cry, and then Baldy would have to pull her out and walk her home and say, "Don't come back if you're gonna cry like that." And I just thought that was a really fun story to be hearing it at her granddaughter's birthday party.
That is awesome.
I think, Rich, you were going to say something just then?
Yeah, well, just tending bar, I've had at least 3 customers that have grown up here. Byron Moore would be one that said he's been coming ever since he was a kid. We did have a female employee, ex-employee. She said she worked here from 2002 to 2004 for a couple years, and she's the one. She said she had felt a presence as well in the projector room at a time. This was pre-digital, right?
Right.
And that she wasn't. I was surprised that she would mention it without me even bringing up the subject.
Y'all get really busy in the summer?
Oh, yes.
Do a lot of tourists come through?
Yes. If we're just working out in the lobby, we do have a number of tourists who'll just pop in and say, "Oh, we just saw this," and either they're interested in Twin Peaks, or they were here as children, or their family was here in the valley earlier, and they just want to share the experience of coming back in.
Could you describe the Twin Peaks connection for the viewers at home?
I am very proud that on August 16th, 1992, David Lynch and the whole crew of Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me was here to premiere the movie. And so, yeah, you could be sitting where David Lynch sat or where Cheryl Lee sat. And they were all up on the stage. There's a lovely YouTube video about the premiere of the movie. And
Link
Twin
below.
Peaks was very important to the whole town of North Bend. I
Okay.
mean, so many
Put y'all
filming
on the map,
locations.
basically, right?
Right.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, we were.
Was it one of the main filming locations?
Oh, yes, with Tweet's Cafe,
diner,
the
yeah.
diner, also known as the Double R Diner in Twin Peaks. That was Ed's gas station.
Okay.
Was in it, and here, and then a few locations in Snoqualmie.
Right.
The Old Mill site is
Yeah.
what you see in the opening scenes. That was very famous.
That's awesome. So, I don't know. I was just kind of thinking, Twin Peaks, it's like a very creepy show, very like bizarre. And
Town.
that's the thing. That's what I was getting at.
Weird things
Do
happen.
you feel like that is
Yes.
indicative of this place?
Very much a vibe of
Okay.
North Bend. Is that just odd things happen? You're like, oh, well, why did that? I know it was several years ago, but we've been here since '89, so we've seen that a lot. But there used to be a light that regularly appeared up on Mount Si, at the top of Mount Si.
Ugh, creepy.
And nobody, it was very bright because you could see it from down in town,
Yeah.
and it was up on Mount Si. So why is there a light shining? No pattern to it. No, not specific days, not specific times, just a light would show up. It's not like it was somebody's flashlight, because
Yeah, it was-
it's long far away. So
Yeah.
just the light, and I think just the whole vibe of the misty, rainy forests, and what's out there. Yes.
You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Michael,
Yeah, how are we splitting up?
We need to split up. There needs to be one camera with each group. I think somebody should post up in the behind the screen. Okay. And somebody should post up in here. Somebody should be upstairs.
Gonna have
You want to be
on
upstairs?
that room right there for some weird reason. I'm going up there. Is someone coming with me?
I'm gonna come
or-
with you.
Okay, yeah. I want to use the Paratech up there. And
Yeah, exactly. So what's one of their names?
Hushed.
Hushed.
Oh, we're in the crying room.
Oh, yeah.
Babies were hushed here quite a bit.
Were you a mother? Did you have a small child? that you used to bring here?
Or were you that child brought here to be hushed in the crying room? Guiltless? Most babies are guiltless and innocent.
Innocence. Interesting. Very interesting.
That is.
I should have grabbed a cat ball and put it up here.
And as we were talking, I heard them ask if they were another.
I don't know
They
if
said
they're hearing me ask it or if they were just saying it at the same time. I'm not trying to talk too loud,
Right.
you know, but
Error.
that is interesting.
A lot of people here. I know there was some social clubs.
Yeah, it feels very peaceful in here. I feel like it's not as, like, I felt something that was more aggressive at the, I think it was the Tracyton,
Yeah.
and because that one was just like freaky.
Basket.
This, not as freaky.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah,
I feel
very
like these are
comfortable.
very calm, kind spirits.
Sure.
And a basket makes sense for the crying room because baby baskets.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, we're getting some interesting responses in this area.
Yeah, things that actually apply to what this room was used for. I mean, we know things are never exact on these devices, but when brand. But basket, it talks about phone, guiltless, hushed, and a woman, Rose.
Let's move on to the projection room.
Okay,
You know.
sounds good to me.
Give that a try. Yep. Lights out. Is there a button? There you go. Still gonna have some light over here from these, but that's fine. You want to sit in this chair? I think it's the only chair up here. You can have it.
Forget.
There's a little seat here that I'm gonna grab. Is there anybody in here with us? If there's any spirits in here with us, just make yourself known. We're here to carry on your story and your tale. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to get to know you. What's your name? Do you have unfinished business here that you need to attend to before you can move on? And what is that?
We believe in you and we want to show others that you exist. Will you help us do that? Can you make your presence known? Can you knock on the walls for us?
Well, I can see why you'd want to haunt this place. It's very interesting and has a lot of really good history, especially if you're a fan of, Twin Peaks or just movies in general. I don't know if I'd want to live here, but it's fine if you do.
Can you tell us how long you've been here?
Grumpy.
Grumpy? Does our presence make you grumpy? Would you rather have us leave?
I wonder if that's Baldy. Is it Baldy? Are you here? Are you trying to intimidate us?
And if you don't like that nickname, we're referring to the previous owners from long ago in the 40s and 50s.
Forgot his name. I don't know his other name.
Forgot too.
His R name. It's a lot easier to remember Baldy.
I know. I make them mad though.
Sorry. I mean, if you don't like that, you should make yourself known. Make a noise. You can open that door. You can make some banging out there.
You can touch my hand.
What is it?
I don't know, and it didn't show up on there.
Weird.
Whoa.
It didn't show up.
It's really strange. I invite you to touch my hand and let me know that you are here.
A bit creepier in here. I mean, this being on doesn't really help, but
I wish
other-
that could all shut down.
yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, so it's pretty calm in here. It's quiet.
Alright.
I think we're gonna move on to the next space now. Over here. What was it called again, Carolyn?
The VIP room?
The VIP room over there.
Is that the switch up there for this light, maybe?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Flashlight. There you go. Watch this step.
All right. Is there anybody in this room with us? This was considered the VIP room. Were you a very important person? Did people in the community look up to you?
I'm going to take a few photos. If you're here, please make your presence known.
Can you take one going the other way?
Yeah. Could that be from the camera?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's probably the reflection.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I would love to have a photo of you. Please make yourself appear in the photo. That be from
Scanning starts. Scanning stopped.
Creepy. I can't see that.
Scared me.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Whoa.
I don't know. The app, I'm sure, is malfunctioning.
Yeah.
But that was weird.
Or is it malfunctioning?
I don't know.
Because of being
I mean,
interacted with.
mine-
Communicate with you.
Well, I mean, I feel like spirit goes and watch itself too.
Please interact with the device in my hand to speak to me.
Skin. Love that one.
That's right.
All right.
A lot of chords and all that sensical.
Oh, look at that. See? It's, walk back in front of it again.
You can tell me your
Let's see.
name
Stick
or
figure.
anything you would like.
Lauren. Lauren, you've lost a lot of weight. You're seriously a stick. Well, whatever it is already. This was fully charged. This battery.
Is your name Robin?
This is a battery backup for this.
Robin, I'm
tablet.
Carolyn.
You're on the second battery?
Communicate with you.
It only had this has only got 45% left. It was charged, and this is like in one
Robin,
dot.
why are you here?
So that's no bueno.
Who's here, I assume? Who's?
who is here. Let's introduce ourselves.
My name's Dutch.
My
This is
name-
Lauren.
And then we got
My name's Sailor. I work here.
Dope.
Yeah, but I work here. So does Michael.
Work here.
I'm sure you've seen us before. I'm glad you
That's
think
it,
that we're
that's how the
dope. I
paranormal-
appreciate that a lot. You seem pretty dope as well. Christopher, is that your name? Is your name Christopher?
Have we asked?
Christopher.
It's going nuts over here again.
Is
Christopher,
your
are
name
you on the
Christopher?
stairs?
Oh, it's going up a little bit again.
Oh, that snap, crackle, and
Mother.
pop wasn't a
Mother.
cereal, that was me.
What'd you get? Mother?
Christopher and Mother.
Christopher, are you here with your mother?
We got tracking devices here. Why are you still here? We got items moving. So you guys see this right here? That shows where exactly it is, and these little dots are showing what is, and there's like what, good 10 or 15 objects right there.
Do you guys want to come see?
What's that?
See the blue dots?
Oh, yeah.
Is there more than 2 of you here? More than just Christopher and Mother?
Oh, it's going really high. Insects itching.
Insects itching. That's no good.
Yeah, I know. There's bugs by the marquee. Problem. It is a problem. I agree.
Are the bugs the problem?
I'm not sure, but something is a problem.
Well, they do call them pests for a reason.
Yeah.
This thing is, we're almost total
Really?
blue screen here. Something right in this area.
The thing is speaking that way too. I don't want to go into the middle of it because it goes down.
You can.
I don't know if they'd like that.
You just see if you feel anything.
See if you feel anything.
If it picks you up and throws you, we'll know.
Oh, true.
I wonder if Christopher.
You're young,
is
you'll
named
bounce back.
down here.
Okay, if I go up
I've
there,
never met a Christopher in my life.
I'm gonna go up there.
Michael's gonna go up on the stage, talk to you guys, is that okay? See, wait for the answer on that.
Oh, yep, it's.
Do you mind if you're joined on stage by Michael?
I need a yes or no answer, please.
Mistake.
Mistake.
So maybe.
Do you not want me to? Is that a no? I'm getting readings on there.
Mistake.
What does it say?
Yes, you're allowed. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go up there.
What did you mean by mistake then? Maine. Maine? Maine what? M-A-I-N. We are.
You guys still here?
Maine? We are on the main stage is what they're saying.
Lauren,
Yes.
where he's standing, he's blocking them because the blue dots
Uh-huh.
that are picking up stuff
Yeah.
aren't picking them up there. So whatever
So
you're
there's
doing right
more than
there,
one of you is what you're saying as
you're
well?
stopping them from being visual to this. So you're walking in amongst
Oh, okay.
masses.
Did you restart the laser grid to see if it was clear?
No, I can do that though. This thing had to be restarted. Oh, we got something. I see you there. See it? Hey, what's gone? Is anybody here? We're just here to talk to you.
Are there any spirits here tonight who were victims A surgery gone wrong. You got surgery up there. It's surgery and killed right back to back.
Oh wow. I think we got doctor or healer. We got healer. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that thing's going off.
That's is it on yes, no right now?
Yeah. But the battery died on the little full spectrum. It recorded most of everything though. This thing freezed up. You
had a lot of issues.
Yeah. Oh, look. See all the dots? It did that earlier. Right when an orb went across the screen.
You found an orb?
Yeah, orb went across the screen.
Just now?
That's when all those dots showed up.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
They've been messing with the electronics. The Panasonic totally froze up. Battery was halfway, and Lauren lost half of it. It just died when it was halfway. So we changed out the battery, and then it spent forever on a hourglass saying repairing data.
Okay.
Move. That's the. Okay, that's you.
Am I in your way?
No. I was wondering what that. There was this black
Motion light isn't working.
thing right here.
Really?
Really?
Black thing.
Yeah, there was. Move that way again. More like slowly in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Move in front of it.
You want to move in front of it?
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So yeah, it was like some kind of weird shadow, and I didn't know what that was. It was you. I was trying to rule it out. Yeah, you're emitting like a black aura.
I am?
Yeah.
You have a black aura.
Where is it?
See that black right there? That's your arm. Move your arm in front of it. See it?
It's like a shadow. That's it.
Yeah, but it's all around you. That's what I'm saying. It's all around you.
I'm very gothic.
You are.
Yeah, very gothic.
But this is like something around you. Carolyn, can you come here for a second? I want to do a process of elimination.
Just because you think that I need an exorcism doesn't mean that I'm gonna let you
walk in front of it.
Drive me up to a church.
Look, shit's going crazy, and she's not emitting a black aura.
I think you know why.
So this is moved. Why? It's still recording, and then all these little dots. So I'm gonna have to reboot it again. Feel how hot it is up there in the back of that.
Oh wow, that is really hot. What's that?
Huh? Little something. Right, it's actually over here, because wherever it's on this side, it's on this side.
Okay. We see you. Thank you for interacting with us.
Oh, did you see that orb? Orb went by. What the hell is happening right now? I want to reset it because I want to get it straightened out, but it's like we got an anomaly on this thing, so I'm like,
Don't want to turn it off now.
we are getting major. This one is like it's a laser grid, so it reads objects in front of it, and it is acting all sorts of funky, like we're at a rave.
Yeah. We got a rave going on over there. The blackjack game over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down.
Yeah, so we're gonna reset the what's this called again, Dutch?
This is called laser grid.
Just a laser grid? No special
The
name?
GS2.
The GS2. We're gonna reset the GS2 to see if we can get it to revert to a nominal state.
Want to reach out and touch my hand?
Why are you sacrificing yourself?
What's that? Okay.
Oh, see?
Okay, so
See all that?
It's got something happening here. And the red on the left side, and there's like some dots. So we don't know what that means. What does that mean? There's something over there? Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what to make of all that movement or whatever. Is there anybody here tonight? Please tell me your name.
Lauren.
No, please leave.
Why? Why do you want me to leave? Do you want me to leave? If you want me to leave, I need you to make a noise.
We hear you.
All right. Are you afraid of me? There's nothing to be afraid of. Just want to help you.
We make the noises.
Okay. Make a noise now. Let me know that you're here. Tell me your name. Tell me who you are. What did you do? Where are you
She
from?
likes you.
Okay. So are you a woman? All right, I'm gonna leave soon. I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Neil.
Neil. Is your name Neil? How can I help you, Neil? What do you need in order to move on? Are you happy here? Do you not want to move on? Don't have to leave if you don't want to. I just want to get to know you better. I want to know who you are and what your life was like.
They will attack.
Who will attack? Who will attack? Who? That's a pretty dangerous thing to say. Now, who are you saying will attack? Or will they attack you? All right, I'm gonna go now back over to there, the other side of the screen.
Explain that device.
This is a camera. This device allows you to speak to me through words that are stored inside of the word bank. All right, I'm back in the projection room now. Let's see if anything happens in here. Got my Spirit Talker app turned on. There's that incredible digital projector. Earlier, we had surgery and kill came up in here. I'm wondering if somebody in here was a victim.
Don't be alarmed.
Okay. I'm not scared. I want to know more about what's been going on here after hours, when everybody's gone. Is there anything that happens here, a dark energy or some kind of an attractive energy that keeps you from being able to move to other places? Or is it just somewhere that has some good memory or a good feeling attached to it that you just want to hold on to? Just want to understand more about why you're still here.
Rumors are true.
What rumors? And these are some incredibly specific responses.
Am I dead?
Yes, you are dead, but part of you is still here. You are dead. It's creepy. Just got goosebumps from that. I don't know if it just got cold in here. Probably not. I'm probably just kind of creeped out because I'm alone in this room and it is creepy listening to this thing.
I was hung.
Okay, you were hung.
Scroll.
It said,
It's. You know that's not what it meant, though, right?
that is what it meant.
Tell me.
It said,
He's being.
I was hung. I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Is there like more you guys still want to do here, or you feel like we got kind of everything?
We got a lot of evidence.
It's 10:45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been at it for
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
We ended the interviews at 8.
Yeah.
Time went by really
It
fast.
did.
Good.
I can't believe after the interviews we've been doing this for
Yeah.
almost 3 hours.
All right. Well, let's do a summary, a wrap up video here.
Hey, I'm Dutch. We just finished up here. We had a lot of good stuff happen, a lot of power outages as far as our gear, a lot of weird anomalies, definitely intelligent responses on a lot of the things, Obelisk apps and Envoy. So we still need to go back and look at the rest of it under a fine-tooth comb, but hey, we're pretty excited. This one, I think it was a winner.
Yes. No. Yes.